Lion versus tiger. Who is the true king? For centuries, a single question has echoed through the annals of human history. It has been whispered around crackling campfires on starlit nights, debated in the grand halls of ancient empires, and immortalized in art and folklore. It is a question born from our fascination with the wild, a query that pits two of nature's most perfect predators against one another in a hypothetical battle for the ultimate crown. It is a question of power, of raw, untamed force. It is a question of supremacy, of which evolutionary path has forged the more dominant hunter. And it is a question of royalty in the animal kingdom. If these two titans, separated by continents and habitats, were to meet for that crown, who would emerge victorious? In one corner we have the lion, the undisputed king of the savannah, whose roar can shake the very air for miles. He is the master of the open plains, a symbol of courage and nobility. With its magnificent mane serving as both shield and signal, the lion's greatest weapon is not just its own strength, but the formidable power of its pride, a testament to its profound social might. And in the other corner, the tiger, the solitary phantom of the jungle, a creature of breathtaking power and striped majesty. It is the largest of all big cats, an embodiment of stealth and lethal precision. Moving like a ghost through the dense undergrowth, its iconic stripes provide the perfect camouflage. The tiger is a master of the ambush, a patient and silent assassin honed by a life of solitude. But this is not just a simple query to be settled by speculation. It is a deep dive into the very essence of what makes a predator the ultimate apex hunter. Both are formidable. Both command our deepest respect. This theoretical showdown has captured the human imagination like no other because it represents a clash of philosophies. The cooperative strength of the pride versus the silent, self-reliant efficiency of the lone hunter. The sun-drenched plains versus the shadowed jungle. Open warfare versus guerrilla tactics. To find our answer, we must move beyond the myths. The stage for this contest is not a Roman arena, but the impartial world of biological fact and scientific evidence. We will journey into their distinct worlds, dissecting their anatomy, their hunting strategies, their raw physical power, and their temperament. We will compare them measure for measure, from the force of their bite to the power in their swipe. Join us as we peel back the layers of legend and look to science for the answer. Let us begin this epic comparison and finally seek the truth behind the age-old question. The lion, Panthera leo, for millennia, a symbol of power and royalty. But beyond the myth is the animal, a masterclass in evolutionary design forged on the African plains. Lions primarily roam the open grasslands, a habitat that shaped them into the only truly social cats. Their pride is a fortress of strength, typically composed of related lionesses, their offspring, and a few dominant males. This social contract is their greatest weapon. An adult male is a formidable presence, weighing up to 250 kilograms. That's 550 pounds of bone and muscle. He stands 1.2 meters at the shoulder, his sheer mass a critical asset in territorial defense. His magnificent mane is both signal and armor. Its size and darkness advertise his health and fighting prowess, while shielding his vulnerable neck in the vicious face-to-face battles that define his reign. While the male guards the territory, his roar a thunderous decree of sovereignty. The lionesses are the primary providers. They are masters of strategy, working with stunning coordination to encircle and subdue prey far larger than any single lion could tackle. The lion is a face-to-face brawler. His fighting style is a brutal ballet of intimidation, wrestling, and raw mass, built to absorb punishment and deliver crushing blows. From a young age, play fights build the toughness required to defend his pride against relentless challengers. The lion is a king made by his kingdom, but a different monarch rules in shadow, a solitary sovereign of the dense jungle. Now, the undisputed heavyweight of the cat world, the tiger, Panthera tigris. Solitude and shadow, a master of ambush. From dense forests to grasslands and mangrove swamps, the tiger adapts. a solitary monarch defending a vast domain, camouflage that turns muscle into mystery. Siberian and Bengal males can exceed 270 kilograms, some pass 300. On average, heavier than lions, and longer too. Predatory engineering, explosive power and huge forelimbs. A single swipe can stun large animals, then drag the weight alone, proof of raw strength. Prey includes large deer, wild boar, even colossal gar. Stealth, then a devastating pounce and decisive bite. Rival fights are rare, but life or death. Not a group brawler, an assassin tuned for quick endings. No mane, so it aims straight for the neck or nape. A strong swimmer, patrolling and pursuing across water. A solitary sovereign, supreme capability in motion. Section 5. Weapons of War. A cat's jaw is its primary tool for dispatching prey and rivals. Bite force quotient often places the tiger slightly ahead. Retractable claws, curved daggers for grip, climb, and tear. The tiger's larger forepaws deliver bone-shaking blows. Both sprint 50 to 60 kilometers per hour, short, explosive bursts. The tiger navigates complex terrain with greater agility. The lion's mane protects the neck, built for brawls. Measured side by side, the tiger is generally longer, taller, and heavier. More functional muscle, especially in forequarters and hind limbs. Solitary hunts demand ambush, takedown, kill, and the carry. Lions excel at explosive charges and wrestling confrontations. In a 1v1, superior size and muscle are a decisive edge. Section 6. The Art of the Hunt. Teamwork versus stealth. Lionesses coordinate encirclements to tackle massive prey. Males assist on big targets and defend the prize. The tiger stalks patiently, then explodes from close range. A swift, lethal bite, precision over spectacle. The lion is a seasoned gladiator, trained by constant public combat. Section 5. The Verdict of History. We've analyzed the science, now we turn to the historical record. In ancient Rome, lions and tigers were pitted against each other for sport. While accounts were embellished, surviving texts suggest a pattern. The tiger was more often the victor. This continued into the 19th century when an Indian prince staged fights between the two cats. His records also noted the tiger's frequent dominance. Famed 20th century animal trainer Clyde Beatty, who worked with both, was unequivocal. A healthy tiger would almost always defeat a healthy lion, and even in modern times, tragic accidents provide grim data. In 2011, a tiger at the Ankara Zoo escaped its enclosure and killed a lion with a single paw swipe. While these are anecdotes, not controlled studies, when we combine this historical evidence with our scientific analysis, a verdict begins to crystallize. In a hypothetical, one-on-one confrontation between a prime male of each species, the scientific and historical evidence suggests the odds favor the tiger. The tiger's advantages in average size, weight, and a lethal solitary hunting style create a formidable opponent. The lion's mane offers crucial protection, but the tiger is a grappler, built to overwhelm and end the fight decisively. But this verdict comes with a critical asterisk: context. In the wild, the lion's true power is social. A coalition of male lions operates with a strategic synergy that can overpower any single animal. The tiger, by contrast, reigns as a lone emperor. So, who is the true king? Perhaps the question is flawed. We have two distinct rulers: the lion, king of the open plains, and the tiger, emperor of the dense jungle. In the end, their greatest threat is not each other. It is us. Habitat loss and poaching are shrinking their kingdoms at an alarming rate. This ancient debate becomes meaningless if we allow these magnificent creatures to vanish. Their survival is in our hands.